Hi everybody, Kevin McNamara here. Welcome to the Inspired Healing Podcast, proudly sponsored by 100 Days to Self-Mastery Challenge. That is a challenge where you get to go inside, select your own challenge. It can be anything at all, but know this, it will change your mind, body and soul. There's a 7-day free trial right now. Links are down below. Go and check it out. Now here's today's episode. Hi guys, Kev here. It's a Sunday. I love Sundays. Consistency, discipline and massive action is what it takes for you to become your best in this particular year that you are living in. So be consistent, be disciplined, and take massive action, and things will happen. Now, people often ask, what's the point of being consistent? What's the reward with that? What's the reward with being disciplined? What's the reward of taking massive action? Well, first of all, I think it's important that we all realize that there is one thing in our life that if we mastered, we would be an expert at. And for all of us, it's all different. We all have a different bent towards whatever thing excites us, whatever that one thing is that you love doing. Now, for athletes, that's obviously their sport. Footballers, cricketers, all that kind of thing, golfers, they've mastered their game. But what is it that you're really, really good at, and that if you kept doing it and mastered it, you could make a real living out of? And mastery is such an important concept, and I've heard that lately. I've been reading a book called Mastery by Robert Greene, which is a fantastic book, and he talks about taking the thing that you want to master and then picking the hardest part of that. And it kind of relates to what I'm doing at the moment. I'm learning the guitar during the 100 Days to Self-Mastery Challenge. The link to the challenge is below in the show notes, or if you're watching on YouTube, you can check that out in the description below here. The 100 Days to Self-Mastery will change your life. There's no doubt about that. And with the guitar, it kind of makes sense to me because I know my chord changes are the hardest thing for me. And so what I've taken out of this book is to work on those things that you find the hardest. Don't work on the things that are the easiest. Work on the things that are the hardest, because they're the things you're going to struggle to do for the rest of your life. So work on those. One day it'll just happen. You'll realize, hey, I've mastered this. You'll keep at it. Now, how long does that take? Well, how long is a piece of string? We're all different. We're all wired differently. So for some of us, we can get over that pretty quickly. For some of us, it'll take quite a while. And for me, I know this is one of the reasons why I always give up on learning the guitar, because it's the chord changes I tend to mess up. It just sounds terrible, basically. But I'm determined this time with the 100-day challenge that I'm going to master that, really master those chord changes and become a decent kind of guitarist. I don't expect to be the Edge or Peter Frampton or people like this, but I'd like to be. But I don't think I ever will be. But I want to be the best that I can possibly be with the guitar. And it's the same with my business. And it's important to work on those things that you're weak at, the things that you're not as good at, and they're the things that always let you down. Work on those. Imagine if you worked on those, worked on your weaknesses, and really spent time on them. And that is really how you become a master. And I love this book that I'm reading, the Mastery by Robert Greene. It's a fantastic book. Highly recommend it. And as I say, he just says, work on those weaknesses, because they're the things that are holding you back. They're the things that actually stop you from following through with things, because it gets too hard, and that's the reason you stop. So imagine if you worked on those things that were too hard, worked on them every single day. You were consistent with it. You were disciplined. You took massive action. Imagine doing that every day. And then that is how you master those things. You just work on it every single day to be the best. And so many people are happy to be mediocre. They're happy to be average. They get to a certain skill level and they just stop and think, oh yeah, look, I can do this now, Instead of thinking, wow, how could I become the best at this? Maybe not in the world, but maybe the best that I could possibly do for myself, to prove to myself that I could be really, really good at something. You look at footballers, athletes, and they work on their weaknesses so they can become the best that they can possibly become. So just imagine working on all those weaknesses that you have and becoming really good at them, eliminating them out of your repertoire. And that goes for the guitar, it goes for relationships. If you're really weak in a particular part of the relationship, work on that all the time, every day. Get better at it, get good at it, become an expert at it, become a master of it. If it's in your business, is there weaknesses in your business? Are you weak at selling? Are you weak at the internet? Are you weak at content? Whatever it is, work on those. I know in business it's very easy to get a VA, a virtual assistant, to help you out with those things, and that's great to do that. But what things are you doing that you're weak at, that you need to know how to do, and that's the reason that your business is failing? Imagine if you knew that and you just worked on that weakness every single day and you became a master of it. Mastery is such a huge thing for me now. I see it everywhere I look now. I look for the masters, the people who have just worked on their skill, worked on their talent every day to become the best they can be. And that's what I'm going to do with my guitar. I want to become the best that I can be with the guitar during this 100-day challenge. And I'll challenge you to come and do something in the 100-day challenge that can make you a master. And that might be anything. It might be learning a language. I mean, imagine if you wanted to learn a language like Spanish or Chinese or whatever and become a master of it. Do it for 100 days, every day, 45 minutes without fail. There's a big chance you can master that. Running every day for 100 days, going to the gym every day for 100 days, writing a book every day for 100 days. How would that change your life? You'd have your own book. I know Joy did that, and she averaged around about 500 words per day. Over 100 days, that's 50,000 words when she was writing her memoirs. 50,000 words is certainly it's a great foundation for a book. And for most people, that is a book, 50,000 words. That's a great number. So imagine doing these kinds of things and becoming a master of what you want to do. It'll change your entire life. And this is where the consistency, the discipline, and the massive action really ties in. You've just got to become consistent at it, become disciplined. So you do it every single day. It will change your life, and keep taking that massive action. Have a fantastic week coming up. I'll see you tomorrow. Go and master something. Come and join us in the 100-day challenge. Do something to change your life. Thank you so much for listening. I really do appreciate that. If you enjoyed this episode, then please subscribe, rate, and leave a review for the Inspired Healing Podcast on Apple Podcasts or your favorite podcast app. And don't forget, come and join me inside the 100 Days to Self-Mastery Challenge so you too can change your mindset and your life. We now have a 7-day free trial. Go and check it out. Link is in the show notes below, and please have a most inspiring day.